Hey, Brett and Chush here. So tonight I'm going to work on side splits. I'm going to do a variety called Pancake. Has two differences. One, I'm seated instead of coming straight down. The other thing is my feet will be like this instead of like this. That is like this instead of like that. All right, so that's the difference, but it's still a good stretch. Now I'm going to warm up with two different poses before that. I'm going to start with working on the outside of my hip here, and I'm going to work on the hip flexor and probably a little bit on the glute on this side, and I'll do this on both sides with a pose called pancake. Look something like this. I'm going to do this on the left side for right now. So one foot is in front, at least at an angle, and then back leg is just straight back, and you can be up high, you can be down low, but this is going to get a nice stretch here and a couple of other places, so that's going to help with pancake. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a pose called flamenco, and I'm going to do the variety called Flamenco A. Simply going to lie on my back, and this is like the first pose. It's the right side and the left side, so I'm going to extend, say, my left leg, and then I'm going to raise my leg up, and I'm just going to pull my hamstrings back. And I'll do this for just a few minutes as well. And I'm just trying to warm up those body parts so that when I finally get into pancake, a la something like this, except it'll be hopefully, this is 90 degrees. I hope to get a little more close to like 150, 160 degrees. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I want to talk a little bit about why I stretch. So I'm going to get into the pose and then I'm going to get into stretching. Alexa, 3-minute timer. Ooh, Alexa, cancel all timers. Alexa, 3-minute timer. There we go. Why is it saying second timer? Oh, whatever. Let me start over. Hey, Brett. This is Brett here. Why do I stretch? Initially, I stretched because I was just trying to do the splits. In fact, this all started late 2021, and I wanted to get back to being able to do splits. I used to be able to do the splits around 92, 93. Full splits, side splits, chest in the ground, taekwondo. And I wanted to get that back. So I started stretching, and then I came across science of stretching, and I started practicing it. And what I noticed was my back pain started going away. So before science of stretching, every night before going to bed, I would use a roller, like a tennis ball. I mean, I used a million things. I even had an inversion table I'd hang upside down, and I could definitely relieve the symptoms, but every day, and I mean actually every day, I'd have to do it. And I don't do that very often. I've recently had some back pain about 4 months ago because I did something stupid and it was my own fault, and I knew it when I did it, and so there was no question about what I did. But my body doesn't hurt. Now, actually, when I do 5-minute version of most poses, by the time I'm at the end of the pose, my body hurts. But it's kind of hurt that I'm familiar with it. And in fact, the practice of breathing through discomfort works very well for your executive function. So another advantage of this is neuroplasticity. But realistically, um, so I'm talking about the difference between negative reinforcement and punishment. So punishment is you do something wrong, I hit you or whatever. Uh, Positive reinforcement, which is what I always use with my pups, is I give them a treat if they do something I want them to do. Negative reinforcement is there's something going on that's discomforting or painful, and when you do the right thing, the pain goes away. So the first time I can say that really happened was a ketogenic diet. I felt like crap and I was having headaches and migraines. Ketogenic diet almost instantly resolved. Actually, within 18 hours, I could um, get my hands behind my back, which I hadn't been able to do before that recently. And also, I stopped having daily headaches. So negative reinforcement has been very powerful. This is the same thing. Now, the difference here is sometimes it really is very discomforting. In fact, the when I start pancake, my right leg is going to hurt a whole bunch. I've got a couple spots there that I'm not sure what it is, but it just takes them a while to accept the fact that they're stretching. But I generally don't have pain anymore. Alexa, stop in my body. And that's why I keep stretching. Lately, I've been stretching too much. Alexa, stop. Lately, I've been stretching too much. And I just noticed a multi-threading programming issue with Alexa. There's a bug. Yeah, I know you don't know that one. Alexa, 3 minute and 30-second timer. So I'm going longer on my left side. My left side is tighter, and that's one of the advantages of asymmetrical poses. You can take them, you can stay them longer. Anyway, I've been rambling. Since nobody watches this far, let's try it again. Hey, right here. Why do I do this deep flexibility practice, so-called science of stretching? Before I started doing this on a semi-regular basis, my back hurt every day. I would use tennis balls, foam rollers, whatever, and I could relieve the symptoms, but they'd come back every day. Once I started doing this, within, I want to say within a week or two, it was quick. It was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks, but that's just stopped. And I don't get back pain now. I've had back pain twice since January of 2022. The first time he knocked me out of a pose, but I was in a pose in such a way that I knew it felt off. And so I basically tore a muscle under my shoulder. The second time was doing the plow pose after doing twister, and my lower back muscles were fatigued and I couldn't really use them. And those are the muscles on the backside that I needed to use to come slowly out of the pose. And so I came out quickly, pulled my butt back. So both times, stupid things. And actually, I say he knocked me off balance. That is true. However, when I went into the pose, I could feel something and it didn't quite feel right, but I was like, I'm just going to stick out because I was stupid. Now, when that happens, I get out of the pose and I get back into the pose. And in fact, I've had that same feeling on that side. So I'm familiar with it. So as soon as that happens, I adjust. That relates to things called hotspots. Every so often, you'll get in the pose and like maybe just something is just off, and all of a sudden you can point to a problem. Like if I can say, "Hey, it hurts right there," then I probably need to back off. Back off slowly because if you back off quickly, you could end up doing more damage. If it's like, it hurts, it's discomforting in an area, you're fine. Actually, I take that back. You need to know your body, and it needs to not be that painful. So discomfort, not painful. And here's the thing: if you sort of like if you do something like that, or if you can't continue having a normal conversation, like you're like holding in a little bit, you're actually counteracting the stretch reflex. Or sorry, you're getting your system to be tight, which is actually engaging. So what you're doing is counteracting your attempt at stretching. So you don't want to be in pain. If you have discomfort, breathe through it. And if you can breathe through the discomfort, it's probably okay. But again, Alexa, stop. If the pain is in an area, it's possibly okay. But again, don't ego through a pose. Um, okay, so that was that. And I'm going to do flamenco now. Strap or no strap? I'm going to do no strap. I'm just going to do this without a prop for today. I normally do it with a strap, but it's fine. I'm only going to do it for 3 minutes. Actually, if I'm going to do that, this will help. I'm a little tight, so this will give me a little bit of room. There we go, much better. Okay, Alexa, 3 minute timer. Hmm. Nope, I really do want that. One? Okay. Alexa, stop. Ugh. Alexa, 3-minute timer. Alexa, volume down. Hmm. Hmm. Yo. How's about not my head while I'm stretching, buddy? Let's just make that a new rule. Alexa, stop. Oof. Leave my head alone, dude. Seriously. I'm sorry, just don't. All right, a couple of things. There you are. Okay. I want to do that. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. This one there, these two, and and this. I think I'm going to be here for a little bit. Actually, this might be a good place to start. In fact, I'm going to do a little one more prequel. I'm just doing side angle pretty much if I keep going. Yeah, you know what? Just do the pose. Stop pausing. I like the results of Pancake, but it hurts. Hurts is a bit strong. All right, I'm gonna try something now. Here, so I come up. Mhm. Actually, I wonder. I wasn't planning on doing this. I wonder. Ooh, this is not what I was planning on doing, but I'm gonna stay here for just a bit. That is not how I thought this was gonna go down. It's working. Sorry, Chesterfer. Okay, that's one of his many nicknames. I don't want to do this. Okay, I'll try this. Yeah, Chess, you're really in the way, dude. I'm gonna have to ask you to move, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're just right in the wrong place, dude. I'm sorry. But you know, you're pretty good at doing that. You know this. This is one of your many superpowers. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm balancing, buddy. This is when I have to pay a lot of attention to. Not sure I could get this under there. I can't do that. I cannot without coming out of the pose. I don't want to do it. Okay. I'm not going to overdo it tonight, but that was pretty good. Oh, that was really good, actually. That hit in a lot of different ways. Move this leg first. Oh man, that was good. Oh, damn. I approached that, I guess, more aggressively than I realized. Didn't, but it felt good during the time, so that's okay. Okay, that's it. I'm good. It's be a good meditation pose. All right, good night. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. This is why this is after Yang. I wouldn't be able to walk down the stairs for a good 5, 10 minutes after that. That was good, but I've really done a good job of my knee, of my whole hips. Good night.